Hi, I'm Billy Walker. I'm the Master Blender at the GlenAllachie Distillers Company, and I'm joined here today by my colleague Kayleigh Barber.
Hi, I'm Kayleigh Barber. I am Brand Design and Innovations Manager at GlenAllachie, and I designed the whisky we're going to be discussing today, the new 35-year-old distilled in 1990.
From a blender's point of view, it's always fantastic to work with older whisky, and especially when you are in a position where you can actually construct, you can see the vision for what you're trying to create. In the case of this particular release, we wanted to make sure that we had points of difference from the last one, and specifically we wanted to introduce some influence from Japanese Mizunara casks. So it was constructed essentially from PX Oloroso, some Appalachian virgin oak casks, and of course we wanted to introduce a significant influence from Japanese Mizunara oak casks. Know that the PX is going to bring us the influence like Christmas cake, figs and dates. The Oloroso, which in my opinion is the king of the sherry casks, is going to significantly introduce dark chocolate, mocha, again figs and dates, some spicy influences. Appalachian oak is one of the casks that is toasted and charred, so we're going to see things like layers of butterscotch, honey, vanilla, but the charring also brings in things like toffee, treacle, nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger. So that's a kind of spicy note. And then we have the wonder of Mizunara casks, and it's getting the balance right, so important. And that's going to introduce fleshy notes, it's going to introduce herbal notes, even hints of incense and eucalyptus. So the challenge for the blender is terrific, because what a profile of flavour we had to play with here.
To make it completely different, we wanted to separate it from what our kind of core range looks like, what last year's looked like. So that's why it looks completely different for GlenAllachie. We still have our core elements. We've got the speckle on the inside, and then the outside is influenced by kumiko, which is a type of Japanese woodwork technique. And it involves using tiny little pieces of wood with no nails to create beautiful patterns, geometric style. Each side has different patterns, and each pattern represents a different type of oak that was used in the whisky. Our box is complete with a leather strap, which features our GlenAllachie strapline, Whisky in Good Hands. So we picked this bottle because it had straight sides, geometric pattern, and it fit perfectly inside the box without taking too much distraction away. And then it's complete with a booklet which explains more about the details of the box, which each different cask represents in each flavour note, and it also tells the story of the whisky.
Importantly, it's at cask strength, natural colour, non-chill filtered, as you'd expect with such a vintage style of whisky. Look at the glass, wonderful tears, taking very slow to come down the glass, telling you a really nice story here. On the nose, you're picking up all the flavours I've alluded to. There's butterscotch, honey, coconut, layers of ginger, nutmeg, dark chocolate, mocha. And if you peer even more, or nose even more deeply into the experience, you'll start feeling and noting the tropical fruits. It's a pineapple, it's a mango. What an opener to the taste. His palate, thick, chewy, but a significant presence of Mizunara. And that's how we wanted to design this. The notes of the sandalwood, incense, eucalyptus, herbal, and then other layers of butterscotch, honey, chocolate.
I think it really does have all the classic GlenAllachie flavours, but so much more. It's just the Mizunara adds so much depth, so many more layers to it, so much more complexity.
Fantastic dram.